Welcome to another edition of the Doc's Diagnosis presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. If you need a home loan, a car loan, or just a home equity loan, make sure to check out Centrist Federal Credit Union, member NCUA. Dr. Rob, kind of a weird game against Rutgers because the Huskers racked up over 400 yards of total offense. But as we talked about in the podcast, which you can check out right here on the YouTube channel, it was just kind of a weird feeling.
Well, it's one of these things where I was really worried at halftime because we had a statistically dominant performance by Nebraska, all game long. But at halftime, you'd had blocked field goals, missed field goals, bunch of penalties. And the penalties went both, they really went both ways. So the thing that really got me there is the fact that, again, you saw this statistically dominant performance that was completely handicapped. Penalties, turnovers, special teams, miscues, the same mantra we've been barking about for the last couple of years.
Let's check out some of the good and maybe even one of the bad against the Boilermakers.
So this play right here, this is that first jet sweep where they hit Jakori Barney for a really nice big gain. So you got Jakori right up here. He's going to come around on that jet sweep. The thing to pay attention to is the motion guys. So you've got two guys that are going to come in motion. This guy's going to come in motion as well, and essentially is an extra blocker out here in front. The key thing that I want people to pay attention to, however, when they're looking at this particular play is the running back dive up here, the line blocking. It all looks like it's a zone block run play to the right side here, coming around to the wide side of the field on the jet sweep instead, but you're going to see these defenders all get held up, partly by the motion, partly by the play action to the running back here on this particular play. And that little bit of motion, it's enough to hold guys in position that you get here towards the end of the play, and you've got 3 or 4 defenders. If you look at this right here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. You got a blocker out here, I'll give you that. But you got 4 defenders essentially not blocked on the play, but it's that motion and it's the play action to the running back that holds those guys in position and prevents them from being in position to make a play. Now,
so here we're going to the second quarter, and this is a second and third play for Nebraska. They get stuffed on this one.
They do. 31 comes in just like drops a hammer on them and just nails that play. Now, it's actually kind of interesting because, again, you've got a zone blocking scheme here to the play side. I really thought the center and right guard did a nice job. So center and right guard come up, get a nice double team, and actually come up onto the linebacker, Ben Hart here at tackle. And then what you have is you're going to have a double team block here with these 2 guys right here. And they do a really nice job of getting that double team block in. The problem is they leave this guy untouched. Somebody needs to come off of that double team, and we'll pause there at that point of attack. The other thing I do want people to look at as well too, the play side of this was blocked really well. The running back does start coming this way. He didn't like what he saw there, but I think he should have stayed play side. He cuts back here and just gets absolutely stoned in the hole by the unblocked defender.
Here's a look at it.
And you look right there. So right here on this play, you can see the double team right here. They've left this guy completely unblocked, and that's Tiedemann, if I'm not mistaken. So really, really good defensive player for Purdue. The guy's just a beast of an athlete, made a ton of plays, but he comes up completely unblocked in the hole here and just completely drops the hammer on the running back and just kills this play. But if you look up front here, it's essentially blocked. There is a lane right here that if he had stayed there, he would have been in the wash, and I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the first down if he had stayed plays side.
Just needed to wait for it?
Instead of cutting back. I don't even think he needed to wait. I think if he hammered up in there, I really do think he would have gotten the first down. But so you have 2 things going on there. One, you've got a running back that maybe cuts back a little prematurely, and you've got 2 guys working a really nice double team that they never get off of onto the the unblocked defender there. Now, another take here on the jet sweep, and I thought this was really interesting how they used Jakori Barney on these jet sweeps in the game. So the previous one, they went to the wide side of the field and used a lot of extra motion to keep the defenders in position. This one is just a really quick hit. You're going to the short side of the field. You've got extra guys over here, so you keep an extra defender pulled over onto this side of the field. Because of that, they're going to stay on the wide side. So you've got one less defender over to the offense's left, and it's just a real quick hit, and he's gone for the touchdown. I'm excited to see how Barney does as this season moves along, because the kid's got just blazing speed. And on a play like this, you can see how it plays out in Nebraska's favor. Just having the guys on the wide side of the field was really all it took to free him up for that touchdown.
And you said Barney and Rail are the two best offensive players.
Right now, they're Nebraska's best weapons. And, I think they're going to continue to try to get Carter Nelson in there. Thomas Fedoni, they're making sure they get the ball to him quite a bit. I think he's doing a really, really good job and is going to end up having an NFL caliber season here if he keeps playing and they keep feeding him the ball as well too. But in terms of the guys that have the ability to really make these big plays, keep your eye on Jakori Barney.
So up next is going to be Rutgers. Tomorrow on the Doc's Diagnosis presented by Centris Federal Credit Union, we'll take a look at the Scarlet Knights, and they know exactly who they are, and they just pound it at you. That's coming up tomorrow on the Doc's Diagnosis presented by Centris Federal Credit Union.
Life is constantly throwing you unexpected surprises. Luckily, at Centris, there are no surprises. When you apply online for a personal loan, you'll know you're getting a low rate through a credit union that cares about your future. Apply online at centrisfcu.org.